Welcome! This is the behind the scenes tour of the pageant interview game plan. So when you first log into your members area, this is what it looks like. And everybody has access to this first members area, like I call this the orientation. So this kind of explains how to use the site and how to navigate, and if you have any technical issues or problems, how to reach out to me. Now, depending on the programs that you purchase, they will show up over here. So you may have some, but not others. But I want to explain to you the game plan. So we're going to start right here. Now, the game plan also begins with an introduction to kind of talk you through what to expect in the actual game plan, how it flows, why it flows the way it flows, and how to navigate the course. So each of the modules actually begins with a similar introduction for each of the modules, okay? Now, on this introduction, you'll also download your playbook and you will join our private Facebook group. So let me show you first the playbook. So when you download this, most women actually print it off because it holds all of the exercises that you will be doing in association with the game plan. So as you go through the game plan, it's going to bring you back to each of these. They're kind of like homework assignments. So these are the things that will move you closer to understanding yourself and your judges and being able to communicate wisely. So I'm just going to scroll through this quickly. It might feel somewhat intense, but trust me, it's not. It walks you really easily through all of these things. And when you're done, you're going to have this entire playbook at your fingertips for this pageant and also any pageant that you compete with in the future. Okay, so that is a little intro to the playbook. Now, you'll also join the private Facebook group. Now, this private Facebook group is different than this one. This group is, this is like a page for just win a pageant. So this is for whomever is, let me see if it's, I think it's here. Yeah. So this is just for people who are interested in pageantry and want to connect with Win a Pageant as a brand. But the private Facebook group, this is just for members that are a part of the program. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to take you inside this group in a little bit after we go through each of the modules, because then it'll make more sense. It's probably the best part of this entire program. I think this entire program is awesome. It was designed to be spectacular, but this is like, oh man, the icing on the cake. So we're going to get to that too. All right, so let me walk you through the members area. So when you click on module 1, it drops down, I'm going to close this one. So it drops down all of the elements, the videos that are in module 1. So we start first with the introduction. And you can see this video isn't very long. It just walks you through what we're going to cover. So in this, and kind of how to go about it and what to set up for mentally. So first we start with what you offer. This is setting your foundation, like how to really know that you have what you have to walk into your interview so that you aren't so nervous. So it talks about what you bring to the table, what the judges are really looking for in a title holder, and it walks you through elements of that. It's clearly not a simple answer. 26-minute video, but it's because I always start first with the concept, then I explain why is that concept the way that it is, and then how can you interact with it. So what do you need to do to be fully prepared? So each one of these videos walks you through those 3 things. And then the interview setting. Okay, so then once you're done with module 1, you close that and head into module 2. Now this is where we plan our answers. We do not write our answers to every question under the sun. Instead, we are planning them out. So the first one is how to lead your interview. We talk about the art of conversation loops. This is so that when the judges want to communicate with you, you don't have to blabble on and on and on, but instead you present them an answer that you've already prepared, because I don't want you to have to be like making up stuff or get confused when someone throws a question your way that you might not have anticipated. So we prepare for all of that. Then communication and delivery. Now this goes beyond just stand like this and hold your hands like that and use eye contact, blah, blah, blah. You probably know all those things already. Instead, what this does, it talks about deep communication and how to deliver what you want to say in a way that is memorable. Okay, that, as you know, is vital. Even if you're only competing with a small group of women, you still have to be the one that is the most memorable, okay? We also talk about how long your answers should be and how to talk in sound bites. Oh, that's the best, not just for interview, but for media as well. Finally, anticipating your questions. So this is how we talk through the elements of what is involved in the interview. What are they going to ask you? And how do you know how to answer it? Okay, that's plan your answers. Now, prepare to dazzle. Okay, the introduction, again, just explains what to look for. In this one, we talk about paperwork. Now, paperwork, I believe, is the thing that will get you into the top 10 before you even walk into your interview room. So we talk about how do you communicate all these other things in paperwork. We go through formatting, which is wildly important because I have little tricks to make the judge's eyes go to certain areas. And then we talk about opening and closing statements. Even if your pageant does not have a specific opening and closing statement, like some pageants, they say you get 30 seconds to open or you get a minute and a half to close or whatever they might recommend. Even if they don't do that, I recommend that you have an opening and closing statement. This is your why. So, there's a unique way of doing it so that you don't just like say, blah, 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 hi, here's who I am, and blah, blah. Instead, you're going to weave it into the interview process. So I teach you how to do that in this video. And then finally, it's showtime. So introduction, again, quick video there, but then we dive into what should you be doing before your interview? How do you stay calm? How do you lead a pep talk? What are the warm-up exercises that you need to do for your body, your voice, and your mind? As you know, it's important to be sharp and nimble. You got to be able to think on your feet. So there's a specific way that I train to really warm up your entire being to prepare you for that. Then after the interview, now this is designed to help you grow after each element of phase of competition, and it allows you to score yourself so that you really know how well did I do, so that you can plan on how am I going to score in this pageant moving forward, okay? Plus, we kind of close down the interview so you don't bring any of the emotions of the interview into the rest of your pageant. So that's really, really important. And then practice. We talk about how to set up mock interviews, and we even create for you in the playbook, you'll have a printout that you can give to all of your mock judges so that they can score you in a way that is not necessarily subjective, which is just their opinion, but rather objective, so that you actually have stuff you can work on moving forward more than just their, oh, well, I didn't really like the way you said this, or I didn't like, no, it gives you like specifics, okay? Then finally, celebration, how to celebrate your success. Now, in the game plan, you also have these bonuses, but I'm not going to open this because I don't want you to see them. I want you to be surprised when you log into the game plan to see what your bonus trainings will be. But this is a general walkthrough of the pageant interview game plan. Now, I want to take you back to this, the private Facebook group. So let me log in and show you what this looks like. So when you first log into the group, you will see a pinned post of how to get the most out of our Facebook group. You'll see when we are doing Facebook Live so that you can ask your questions and get them answered live on video. You can post your biggest wins, any questions that you have. I get this a lot, which I love. So I can help and really just go back and forth until we can hammer out elements of your interview, your legacy project, your platform, anything that you really need help with. I post information about possible appearances and just resources. This is just a resource for how to, navigate your computer or something. So here's Liz, a title holder, who is posting wins here. Information about paperwork, so we hammer that out. Janelle's sharing some information. So you can see that this is just where we communicate. This is our hub. It is such an active group, and members love giving feedback. So that's from a Facebook Live I did with more training. You can see that this is just where we communicate. So women give information about how to get sponsors or things that they did that worked for their own sponsorship, practicing mock interviews here to get feedback from myself and from the other women in the group, sharing blog information, like this is about makeup. I mean, this just goes on and on. It's just such an awesome place to really connect and really discover how we can help one another to pursue our dreams. And that's a Facebook Live sideways. I turned it eventually. But it's just cool to be able to interact with people here and to really see how we can grow. So I would love for you to join us in here and also within the pageant interview game plan. So if it's something that you feel would be a huge addition to your pageantry, I would love to be a part of that in your journey. So I look forward to working with you.